R&B soul legend D'Angelo passed away at the young age of 51 today. Let's take a look at his work. This one hurts quite a bit for me personally. I literally grew up with his music. There are absolutely no misses in his catalog. Brown Sugar introduced a more mature strand of R&B and ushered in the neo-soul era. Voodoo is an inarguable modern classic that captured the Soulquarians at the absolute height of their powers. And Black Messiah was a right place, right time album that further cemented his legacy. 3 albums, all timeless, bulletproof discography. He was a paragon of cool and a generational talent. When I think of D'Angelo, I think of mystery, patience, minimalism. I didn't feel like I knew D'Angelo, and I didn't need to. The spirit in his music communicated more than enough, and his distance from the limelight enhanced it. He didn't dilute his output with a lot of bullshit. There was an emphasis on quality over quantity, and the gifts that he gave us came when they needed to, and not a second before. He trusted his talents, and he trusted his audience to receive them. D'Angelo was tapped into a frequency that we weren't, and it showed in his essence and his work. So with that, I wanted to look at 3 songs that mean a lot to me personally, and I think give a good picture of who he was as an artist. Not comprehensive by any means, but these are 3 essentials for me. First up, off Brown Sugar, I got Me and My Dreaming Eyes of Mine. I used to run this one back so many times when it came out. It's a great song if you're crushing on girls as a teenager. Title doesn't lie, this one captures D'Angelo in the rare dreamy mode, and the groove has this kind of funky noir thing where you can practically smell the cigarette smoke. This will always be the one for me off Brown Sugar. Also, great guitar solo from Bob Power, who is primarily known as an engineer and mixer for classic albums by A Tribe Called Quest and De La Soul, but he really makes the guitar sing so sweetly on this one. Next up, from the Voodoo era, I got the demo version of Africa. I prefer this version to the album version personally. I've grown quite attached to it over the years. There's just something about the delicate 2 a.m. and a dive bar quality of his piano playing, and the pitch perfect softness of his voice, and the textural feel of the background noise that all just kind of speaks to me more emotionally. The intimacy of this version makes you feel closer to him, and that feels rare to me. I think it's a really special version of this song. And last, off Black Messiah, I've got Another Life. When you talk about great album closers, this should be near the top of the list. Lyrically, it kind of feels like a spiritual successor to Me and Those Dreaming Eyes of Mine. Musically, it's so punch-drunk, soaring, and alive, you'd be forgiven for forgetting this is a song about unrequited love. That it is now the last song on his last album, it definitely adds a greater spiritual meaning to the chorus at least. In Another Life, we could have had D'Angelo for longer, but I'm grateful we were able to have him for as long as we did in this one.